Haribol. Hare Krishna.
You're muted, Prabhu.
Sorry, Maharaja. Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
That was. Okay. How are you, Maharaja?
Good, Prabhu.
And devotee, Keshava Prabhu. How are you?
Very good.
Fine. Oh,
Jai, Ranji, Haribol.
Haribol.
Very good. Very nice devotee, Pradhanji, helping so much Krishna Kesava Prabhu. He's a good samosa distributor. He's very good.
Prabhu Kecha is good prasada, no?
I don't make the samosas though.
Everyone there okay? Harinanda?
Yes, Maharaj.
All good?
Well, for very good and bad.
Okay.
Yesterday, yeah, speaking little time with Srila Bhattinikama Shanta Maharaj.
Good, good.
She is preaching in Nepal, Kamandu. Yeah, very happy.
Yes. Pashupatinath. Have you been to Nepal? Did you visit there? To visit Nepal?
No, Maharaj, no. Only visit in my life other country, but no India, no.
Okay.
USA, Mexico, Colombia, Curacao, Spain, France, but India, Japan, China, no.
Nepal, a very mystical country.
Yes. Maharaj, in Nepal, born Buddha. Buddha Sakyamuni, born in Nepal, in Kathmandu, or no?
Was Buddha born in Kathmandu, Nepal?
No.
No.
Born in Bodhgaya. What is that called?
Bodh Gaya.
In Bodhgaya in India.
Okay. Yeah.
When India was against Buddha, they all went to Nepal. Huh?
Okay.
But cannot stay in India so happily.
Okay. Srila Chantamara give very much initiation yesterday in Kathmandu. very children. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yo, wow. Incredible. Very nice activity. Very children, Japa, organization.
They still have Gurukul. They still have Gurukul in Nepal.
Yeah.
So that's why he was able to preach to them. Gurukul tradition is there.
Mm.
Om Devi ki jai. Hari Bol.
Very
Devi ki jai.
Yeah. Prajna Didi, no?
Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.
My respectful
Hare
obeisance.
Bol.
Respectful obeisances to all the devotees.
Jai, Dhanavad.
Jai.
Okay. What happened? Tony left?
Hey guys.
Oh, Linda, Maharaj, Linda.
Jai, Linda Didi ki jai.
Oh,
Jai.
Maharaj.
How are you, Linda?
Oh, I'm not so great. My eye's got complications, so I've got inflammation of the macula. That's not good. That's what happened to the other eye, but
You know, it has
let's
complications.
hope it will be all right.
Okay.
And my daughter-in-law died on Christmas Day, so that was
Oh,
sad.
oh,
I know.
yes.
Yeah, we were up there, so she died at home, so that was good with a family round her.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the Christmas for me. How about you?
Yes. Well,
Everybody else?
everything is going by Krishna's grace. So even good or bad, it's all his mercy, right?
I know. Gosh, yes. Another thing. Yeah.
To have his mercy is our only hope in good
Yes.
or bad times, happy or sad times. Just to feel that he is protecting us, that he is there,
Yes, I feel that.
calling us to his feet.
It's
Lord,
okay for not being okay.
what to do, you know?
You just go with it, don't you? Nothing you can do. Just go with it. Adapt.
I was just thinking today that the human being, the human condition is to be full of errors, full of mistakes. We're always making some mistake. We're always making some error. That's what the human condition is. So many things are happening in the world, you know, terrible things. And I think sometimes, how can we, you know, handle all these things that are going on? How can we adjust our consciousness to accommodate all that? And so I'm thinking the only way to understand is that living entities are error prone. They're always making mistakes. You know? If we want to deal with human beings, we have to recognize that fact, that there are always mistakes, some error. Otherwise, if they were perfect, they would be all servants of Krishna. That is their perfect conception. But misconception means they are making a mistake. They're not understanding things properly. And so therefore there's so much conflict. One devotee forum, they were asking, why is there so much evil in the world? If there is God, why is there so much evil?
I suppose it's people's choice, isn't it? It's what people do.
Yes, we are free. We have freedom. That's the thing. And freedom, I remember Sridhara Maharaj used to tell one time that there was one Indian organization, I don't remember now the name, but they were saying we want freedom, and freedom means we can make mistakes. We are free to make mistakes. I'm free to do the wrong thing also. So that's what freedom is. Freedom is you can do mistakes, you can make mistakes. But the problem is that there's consequences. Action as also causes reaction, according to Newton's law, the law of nature. Every action causes a reaction. So yes, we are free to make mistakes and do what we want, but there's always a reaction also. Fire, you may not have any, you may be a good person, but if you put your hand in a fire, it will burn, because that's the nature of the fire. And not that you are good or bad, that doesn't count. Nature of fire is to burn. So like that, there are certain laws of nature, certain things that must happen. What is that?
Probably put a message to Linda.
So they must, that must be followed. It is not that God is cruel or not caring about it. We have our freedom to make our choices. And unfortunately, because we make mistakes all the time, we make the wrong choices. And then the consequences come because of that. So we need to be very careful. The wise take advice from the wise. Foolish person, they do everything on their own without taking any advice from anyone. But the wise take advice from the wise and try to follow that advice. And that's all we can do. Okay. And we'll chant Vandana prayers. Vandeham
Vandeham
Shri Guru
Shri Guru
Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru
Shri Guru Vaishnava Sacha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Manitam Tam Sudinam Advaitam Savadutam Harijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagananam Sadvanitam
Om
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Priya Shri
Shri Guru Varga Vandita Mahabhavarikaya Sada Brahmacharya Parampara Prachalita Prajya Pramukhyate Nirmalanisarasya Nirgirtam Samritam Sadaram Vande Sri Gurudevam Ananta Sri Acharya Varamujam Vishta Suprakam Guru Ganera Shishta Sambhoshitam Chinta Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Sri Rupa Pantanagam Govindam Ujjalam Varam Tanam Bhattarmita Sundaram Vande Vishwa Guru Divya Bhagavata Premana Padam
Devam
Devam Divyatanam Suchandavadanam Smalaraka Chelanchitam Sarananda Puram Sadyeka Varanam Vairagya Vidya Buddhim Shri Siddhanta Yudhima Sivakti Lasitam Saraswati Muram वन्दे तं सुभद्रं मध्येका शरणं न्यासीकरं श्रीधरम्
Siddhanta Saraswati
विदितो
Vinito Gaurida Gauram Bhaje
गौरान्वये
Bhato
वातो
Vaduriva
वनर्य प्रभुता
Gane
गगनोयो
Yoga
गौर
Sankirtane
सङ्कीर्तनाय
Jai Bharati
धन्यवाद सतीनुद्धारक जीवनम् कृष्ण प्रेम समुद्रे गहना सुखं प्रवृत्ते प्रभुं तं भजे
Namo
नमो गौरकिशोराय भक्तविदोतमूर्तये गौरहरि पद्मवृन्दाय राधाभवानि सेवने
वन्दे
वन्दे
भक्ति
भक्तिविनोदं श्री
Sri Gaura Shakti
गौरशक्तिस्वरूपकं
Swarupakam Bhakti
भक्तिसहस्रार्यसम्प्रदायं राधारसासुधानिधिं गौरारजस्तेशित वैष्णवे वन्दे विग्रहं जगन्नाथ प्रभुं वन्दे
Premadim Brida Vaishnava
वैष्णवं
Vanshakapa
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं
Namami
नमामि
Bhakta
भक्तावतारम्
Namo
नमो महावदनाय
Krishna
कृष्णप्रेम
Premadayate
प्रदायते
Krishnaya
कृष्णाय
Krishna Chaitanya
कृष्णचैतन्य
Name Gaura
नाम्ने
Dhishe
गौरातिथे नमः जय तमस्वतो
Bangor
कन्दर्मम
Namamandamate
कन्दर्मकीर्ति
Sarvaya
मत्सर्वस्वपादाम्बोज राधा मदन मोहन वृन्दावनाय कल्पद्रुमादय श्रीमद्रत्नागर सिंहासनस्तुतो श्रीगन्धर्व सुरगोविन्ददेव श्रेष्ठादि सेवमानं स्मरामि श्रीमन्त्रासारसम्भवे स्थितः रक्षाण्वेन स्वयं मे गोपीनाथ हृदयस्तनः
Daya
गाये
Jai
देवाये
Priya Jai
ध्याये
Keshavaya
केशवस्थित
Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Bhaktanatma Mantra Guru Guru Bhagavatata Tadam Vyasa Jagai Guru Natva Tato Jajam Udiraye Jaya Sa Parikar Si Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Padapadmama Yatsu Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya, Srila Bhakti-Yoga Santa Maharaj, Ki Jai,
Jai
Govardhan Ki Jai, Jai Sangha Ki Jai, Jai all devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees. Lord Premanandi, Hari Hari.
Sripad Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
I just want to go back to the prayer because Govinda Maharaj's appearance day, last couple of days. And the prayer to Govinda Maharaj's Gauravista Sapurtakam, Guru Ganar Ashisha Sambhushita. Chintya Sabasta Veda Nipunam, Sri Rupa Patana Anubhav, Govindabhiram Ujvalam, Bharataram Bhaktanvitam Sundaram, Vande Vishwa Garuncha, Divya Bhagavat Prem, no Hidija. Composed, this was beautiful mantra composed by Srila Sridhara Maharaj, actually, for Srila Govinda Maharaj. And he says, I offer my obeisance unto he who perfectly fulfills his Gurudev's most cherished desires, who is fully adorned with the blessings of his Gurudev's associates, who was expert in all aspects of Vedic knowledge, both conceivable and inconceivable, was the preeminent follower of Srila Goswami Prabhu's line, who was known as Govinda, Srila Bhakti Govinda, Srila Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, whose beautiful, effulgent, exalted form has infused with pure devotion, who is the guru of the entire universe, and who is the giver of the seed of divine love for the Supreme Lord. So Srila Govinda Maharaj was all of these things. Perfectly fulfills his Gurudev's desires, most cherished desires. Those who know Govinda Maharaj, who had the good fortune to have his association, know that he was always trying to fulfill the wishes and desires of Guru Maharaj. He helped him build his temple, the ashram, other temples, Govinda Kund. All those buildings that are there were constructed under Govinda Maharaj's direction and effort. And then when all the devotees came to visit Srila Sridhara Maharaj, it was Govinda Maharaj who encouraged Sridhara Maharaj to accept the Western disciples as his shiksha, as his students. And he also vowed that he would take care of anyone who came to the mutt, provide quarters for them to take rest, and food for them, prasada for them, and always is encouraging. I mean, we know his personality was very sweet. He was always very kind and loving to devotees, and always made them feel like they were members of one family. So we owe so much to Govinda Maharaj for his encouragement and inspiration. And then, of course, after Guru Maharaj left, Govinda Maharaj took charge of everyone and helped continue the mission that was started by Srila Sridhara Maharaj as best he can, and also traveled many times over the world to preach the message of Mahaprabhu to the Western world. And some books also came out. This very beautiful book, what is that called?
Religion of the Heart,
No,
the pink one.
no, the Tattva, what is that called? Anyhow, I can't remember the name now of that book. But we published a very under with Jagi Maharaj, The Absolute Truth. I can't remember now the name. Harinanda, do you know the name of that book? Dandavat, Teresh, Didi,
Dandavat.
Ibo,
Haribol, Didi. Good to see you.
a brave missionary, all the way to where? Kenya?
Uganda. I was in
Uganda.
Uganda. Yeah.
We went all the way to Uganda to help the people there, help the children.
Thank you. Maharaj, I wanted to come on. I miss you all, so I'm here to wish you all a happy new year and a happy birthday to you, because I know your birthday's coming up very, very soon.
You're always helping with Krishna Kesava's service in Princeton at the YC and Ingo, always helping there. Very nice. They are like very good devotees, huh?
Thank you, Maharaj.
And
Thank you so much.
Krishna will reward you very soon with all good fortune because of your service.
Thank you so much. We're very proud of Krishna Keshava Das, and we want to help support him in any way we can, and we want to give the service. So
Yeah.
we appreciate that.
You're doing very well, huh?
Thank you. And how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Well, I'm glad.
Now I'm 81 years old.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
January 1st.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of years to carry on.
A lot of wisdom to share,
Well,
right?
it's I've received by the mercy of Gurudev so many merciful saints I've had a chance to associate with. Hopefully, something rubbed off on me.
A lot. A lot. We're happy that you're able to share them.
Yes, and that I can then share it with all of you by the help of Krishna Kesara Prabhu. You're doing so much to help me. I can't thank him enough. I can't thank Krishna enough for having sent such a wonderful soul, and Therese, who has produced such a great soul in this world.
He's always been very special. I will say that.
Hey, yes, definitely. And proving that now. So,
Thank you so
and-
much.
I have the name of the book.
Huh?
The name of the book.
yes,
Either Golden Reflections or
uh,
The Divine Servitor, Dignity of the Divine Servitor, Divine Guidance,
the big book,
Benedictine Tree of the Divine
Revelation, revealed knowledge.
Master.
The knowledge is called revealed knowledge.
Maharaj, I think the book, the name is, in Spanish is la búsqueda, en búsqueda del Señor Supremo por su sirviente perdido. In English is the search the Lord Supreme by lost servant. In Spanish,
That was another book. That's a book by Srila Maharaj also. I'm talking about the book called Revealed Knowledge,
Revealed Truth.
Revealed Truth. Huh?
mm,
You have not seen
no
that?
remember, Maharaj.
Very nice and comprehensive treatment of all Bhakti Siddhanta, all of Siddhanta of our Vaishnava Dharma.
Shraddha Maharaj compiled.
Anyhow, so we want to just make a special remembrance of Srila Govinda Maharaj, since it was just recently his appearance day. I want to make special remembrance of him and how much he contributed to all of our benefit, all of our benefit by his mercy. Was a great servitor of Srila Sridhara Maharaj. It made it possible for so many people to hear from Sridhara Maharaj and learn about what the Sridhara Maharaj's teachings were by the mercy of Srila Govinda Maharaj. So we always remember him along with Srila Sridhara Maharaj. It was very nice. Just like we remember Nityananda Prabhu along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai, Om Sripad, Paramahamsa, Paribhajaka-acharya, Astatana Sata, Sri Sripad, Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Bye.
All right. And we'll go back to our Prapanna-jivanamrtam. Ready? How is Ingo doing? Terrence?
Oh, he's doing very well. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
How-
doing very well. Thank you for asking.
How are your tigers doing?
Leopards.
Oh, they're leopards.
The leopards are doing really well.
Okay.
They're fun. They're fun. They're a lot of fun to have, and they're beautiful animals. So
Yeah.
they're cats, so don't anybody panic. They're actually descendants from a small Asian leopard cat.
Okay.
They're not that big.
They're not
13
that-
pounds, 13
Oh.
pounds, that's all. They're not that big. They're beautiful, lean, muscular, with the spots on them. They're beautiful, silky cats. Yeah, thanks for asking. Bengals, they're Bengals, Bengal cat.
All right, so Trial Vishnupad, Paramahamsa Pari-Braj-Acharya, Satana-Sata, Sripad, Bhakti, Rakshak, Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Sri Prapanna-jivanamrtam ki jai. Today we're reading on text 7 and chapter 6, text 7, embracing the Lord's guardianship. Of the 6 limbs of surrender, we mentioned that accepting the Lord as guardian means approaching Gurudev, approaching Guru for guidance. This is the meaning of accepting the Lord's guardianship. Some people think that if you accept the guidance of Krishna within your mind, then that's enough, within your heart. But no, in our Vaishnava Siddhanta, we equate accepting Krishna with accepting Guru. Then it's a real thing. It's a down-to-earth thing. It's genuine. If we accept some guidance from something in our mind, then how do we know? It is our own mind that we are accepting guidance from? Or is it really coming from Krishna? So there's no question. When we accept Guru Dev, we accept his guidance. We have to submit our will to another will other than our own. Now that's surrender. Wow, that is real surrender. It becomes a real thing, a substantial thing. And that has a transformative effect in the consciousness of the student who makes that commitment. It transforms his whole life. From a worldly enjoyer trampling all over this world, trying to enjoy whatever he can or she can, into a humble servant. A genuinely humble mood has to be adopted in one's life, serving mood. And then that becomes substantial. That becomes substantial spiritual life. That is the meaning of spiritual life. And many people think, why should I do that? Why should I become a servant? This whole world is here for me to enjoy. Why would I become the servant of any one person, so to speak? We are free. Who wants to be a servant? We want to enjoy our freedom. But that is the message that Mahaprabhu, that Krishna is giving us. That is not a real life. That independent existence is not what we're looking for. That will not bring us satisfaction. Look, everyone throughout the world has that attitude. And what are they doing to one another? They're slaughtering each other, creating misery for one another. This is what happens when people are set with that mentality, that we are the Lord of all who survey. Without accepting that attitude of humility and surrender, living entities become a danger to themselves and to everyone else, because that's not their natural condition. We are by nature persons who can make mistakes. We are finite. We're error prone. We're always making the wrong decisions. That's why there is so much conflict in thought, because they're not seeing properly. Otherwise, we want to believe that everyone is fundamentally good. Everyone is fundamentally a servant of God. And the soul is there in everyone. They want to understand that part is fundamentally divine and good. But somehow they're misusing their qualities of their own existence to establish the most wonderful relationship with the Supreme Lord of all creation. And instead of doing that, they're trying to become the Lord of all creation. And they're doing it in such a way that they destroy the lives and livelihoods of others. So if that is to be corrected, sometimes I remember Pragya was asking me one time, what do we do, in the situation of the world today? Thinking of the Ukrainian war, the Israeli war. What are those people doing? Russians are trying to take over Ukraine. The Israelis are trying to take over the Palestinians. Palestinians trying to take over the Israelis. So Krishna has given us the peace formula in the Bhagavad Gita. I mentioned this several times also. Right? He says, Bhaktanam yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram Sridhara sarvabhutanam kathamam shantamritate. Shanta means peace. You want the peace formula? Here, I give you. Just remember these three things. I am the enjoyer. The whole of every endeavor is to give me pleasure. This is what the meaning of service is. This is what the meaning of love is. Love of God. Love of God means our whole endeavor must be directed toward giving pleasure to Krishna. Whom you love, you want to please. No. You don't want to displease the ones you love. The whole purpose of love, or the whole import of love is to please whom you love. So Krishna is telling us that Bhaktanam Yogistam, I am the enjoyer of all yogya, of all sacrifices. Means all the efforts that you are taking in this world, they are all meant to please me, not for some other purpose. People are making efforts for so many other things other than pleasing Krishna. And here's the problem right there. The root of the problem. They're making efforts to do so many different things that have nothing to do with God. And there immediately comes conflict, hostility, violence. If everyone could understand this principle, that Krishna is the enjoyer, Govinda Mari Purusham. We sing that prayer, Govinda. Govinda means who can please the senses. Govinda. He who can please us. We're trying to do something to please ourselves. But Krishna is telling us, I am Govinda. I am the one who gives pleasure to you, to everyone. But we have to in order to get that pleasure from him, we have to give pleasure to him. There's a reciprocal relationship between man and God, between every living entity and Krishna. And that reciprocal relationship is full of love and pleasure, highest pleasure. So Krishna says, Bhaktanam yogistam. First, direct your efforts, all of your efforts, all of your sacrifices that you're making. That must be directed for my pleasure and not for other purposes. Then we'll begin to harmonize our life. And then he says, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. I own everything. It's all my property, Krishna says. Sarva Loka means all places. Maheshwaram. I am the Lord, the controller. It all belongs to me. People are fighting over this place, this country, that country, this money, that money. But Krishna is saying it all belongs to me. What are you fighting about? Because you think it belongs to you. There's the mistake. Mistake is we think this all belongs to me, to us. Once that happens, then the whole thing becomes a fight. The war of everyone against everyone. Don't give up that mentality. This is mine. No, it is his. And when we can see like that, it all belongs to him. There is no, if you look at if you go on a trip to Africa or wherever, you won't see any lines dividing this country from that one. There's some rivers, mountains, this, but basically it's all people and land. Krishna didn't draw any lines anywhere. But people claim this is mine, it's yours. And then they fight over it. Sarvalokamaheshwara. Then he says, Suridam Sarvabhutanam. Means I am in the heart of everyone, without exception. I am in the heart. If we understand that God is in the heart of everyone, then what is the question of having some evil intention toward others? If we can see that God is there, Krishna is there. If we are trying to become Krishna God, we are trying to make Krishna the center of our lives, then how can we avoid but to think that Krishna is there in everyone? And remember that, become conscious of that. And instead of trying to kill one another, trying to understand that divinity that is there within each and every soul. And Krishna says, if you can remember these three things, you can just remember these three things, and not so hard, then there will be peace in this world. I am your friend. I'm the friend within everyone's heart. So everyone is your friend, and everyone is my friend. All property belongs to me, and I am the center for all your endeavors, for all your sacrifices. You put these three things in mind and hold them in the center of your attention, then peace will come to the world, and peace will come to you, most importantly. So, Krishna has given the perfect solution to all the world's problems. But who's listening? I mean, who wants to listen to God after all, right? Why should we listen to him? Maybe if even such a person exists, I'm important, and my friends are important, and my this and that are important. And God, well, that's another thing. Why should we listen to that? What kind of benefit will there be? That's just imagination. This is what people do. And dismiss the only solution to the world's problem, the only real solution. And thus, the world is suffering like a hellish planet, as engaged in conflict and distress. Becomes a hell on earth instead of a heaven on earth. Well, what do you expect? If we can listen to God, if we can listen to his beautiful instructions, and we can follow that, then we can reclaim our proper place in a harmonious world, the world of sweetness and beauty and love once again. And this is the message of Mahaprabhu and all the saints. This is what they're telling us. If we can take it to heart, that is the only thing that we have to do. So anyhow, a part of that process is being explained in this book, how to come to that level of Krishna consciousness, surrender to Krishna, Prapanna-jivanamrtam, to encourage us on that path. So text number 7. Labda Swarupa Sadadhyasya Tamari Sanga Janya Nija Vairupye Dikara yuktasya Sharnagatasya Haridasya Eva Asad Shetra Sadito Niskriti Kara Karakatvena Anubhutam Kamadinam Hati Na Katida Palita Dornineda Dornidesas Desham Jatabayina Karunana Trapa Napo Santanti Utsujaitan Ataryadu Pate Nam Sampratam Labda Buddhis Tam Ayata Karanam Ayam Am Yung Atma Dase Kishant means the sunset means a devotee. So a realization of the fact that the surrendered soul who discovers his eternal identity and denounces his perversity caused by the association of lust, anger, greed, madness, delusion, and hatred is rescued forever from all evil pursuits by the devotional service of Lord Krishna. O Lord, for so long I have obeyed the unending wicked dictates of lust, anger, greed, madness, delusion, and hatred, but they never took pity upon me, and I have felt neither shame nor the desire to abandon them. O Lord of the Others, after all this, I am leaving them behind. At last I have found my genuine sanity. I am surrendered wholly unto your lotus feet, which are the abode of fearlessness. Please now engage me as your personal servant. So the things that are driving us away from proper consciousness are enemies. And yet we become attached to those things: lust, anger, greed, madness, hatred, all these things. Somehow we get to become entangled with those enemies, the enemy within. Who was it, Churchill, who said, "We have found the enemy, and he is us." We are our own worst enemy, and we can also be our own best friend if we can conquer these things. And instead of conquering them, people like to feed them. Feed these enemies their hatred, their greed, their lust, their anger. When these things arise, we tend to cultivate. We tend to cultivate them, I guess, fester them even more. When we become angry at someone, we think of so many bad things about the other person. And we like thinking about those things, trying to put them in the most mean position. I was thinking recently, this Donald Trump, you know him? You heard of him before? Donald Trump. He said in his Christmas message that these people who are after him can rot in hell. Rot in hell. And then everyone became upset that he talked like that. What kind of Christian mentality is that? That you wish your enemies will rot in hell. He is so angry at everyone. A true Christian, they will forgive. Christ didn't tell everyone, go to hell, when they crucified him, tortured him so much. He just said, Father, forgive them, because they don't know what they're doing. They're error prone. Their whole nature is to make mistakes. And by mistake, they have done this to me. Oh, okay.
Persistent.
Okay. So by mistake, they have done this. So I forgive them their mistake. That's it. Very nice and simple. In the true Christian spirit. I try to remember that. Forgiveness. Just as we were forgiven, so we must forgive others. And this way, we will become peaceful and purified of our own enemies, the enemies within ourselves. That's the only way to conquer them. Well, text number 8. Upalabdha Krishnas Rayika Mangalasya Chasraya Prapti Vilambane Tad Prapti Sambhavananayam Udvega Prakasha. Krishna Tadiya Pada Pankaja Panjaranantam Adaiva Me Vishato Manasaraja Hamsa Prana Prayana Samaye Kaphavadapita Kanta Varodhana Vido Smaranam Kutaste from Kurukshetra, King Kurukshetra. In the expression of an anguish in the suspense of delay in achieving the shelter of Lord Krishna by one who realizes such shelter to be the only good fortune. Sometimes we're praying to Krishna and he doesn't come to us immediately. And there's a prayer about that. Oh Krishna, please allow my mind to immediately yield to your lotus flower-like feet, just as the flaming flamingo enters into the labyrinth of the lotus flower stem. When at the moment of my last breath, my throat becomes constricted by the action of the bodily humors, air, bile, and phlegm, how will I be able to remember you? And this means also we should not wait until the time of death that we decide we'll surrender to Krishna. It might be a difficult moment. I should not think, oh, I'll put it off until I really have to do it. Do it now while you have a clear mind, a sane mind, an eager heart, have the health. He's waiting for us. A loving search for the lost servant. Not only is he waiting, he's looking for us. He sends out his servitors, his servants to look for us, to give us guidance, to give us shelter. And yet we are so foolish we ignore them. Or we criticize them even. Or we kill them. What to do? Such as this world. At the same time, sometimes we think, when Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, I am the source of everything, then we think, well, what is that?
Linda is responding to Pragya.
Huh?
Linda is responding to Pragya.
Oh, sometimes we think, sarvasya chaham hridishani visto, I am the source of everything. Then Krishna, why don't you make me surrender? Why don't you give me that mercy, that grace, by which I can surrender to you? Why do you make me hold on to all these horrible things that I'm so addicted to? You are God, you can do these things, I can't do it. And to some degree, that's correct. We can't make progress in spiritual life without the mercy of Krishna. Krishna has to give his mercy to his devotees. That's absolutely necessary. We cannot do it on our own. So how do we get that mercy? Oh, good answer. How do we get Krishna's mercy?
For giving him love and serving him, Maharaj.
Giving him love and serving him.
Okay. Anyone else have an idea?
Yes, Maharaj. The mercy is the decision for Lord Supreme, but if one devotee get the love of Guru because this devotee is good person, good devotee, practice, serve all the time for your Guru. If your Guru happy with this devotee, entonces, then Krishna similarmente happy with this devotee. And then the secret for mercy is serve to Gurudev. Gurudev happy, Krishna happy. Krishna happy, Gurudev happy. Mercy, the same for this devotee. For me, this is the secret for the spiritual life. Serve to Gurudev all the time with love and surrender.
Wow, very nice.
Thank
Yes. Once Srila Prabhupada said the secret to making advancement in spiritual life is to please the spiritual master. To please the spiritual master, that is the secret to making advancement in spiritual life. And advancement means to get the mercy. To get the mercy of Krishna. That's the secret. To serve Gurudev. To please Gurudev. We can serve, but to actually please Gurudev, that's the secret of making advancement. That's what Prabhupada told. So if we want to try to get that mercy, I suggest that you can take that as some good advice. Huh? Good advice. How do we please Gurudev? By following his order, by following his instruction. Jesus once said, if you love me, follow my command. If you love me, if you actually love me, then you can follow what I'm telling you. That's all. To show our appreciation, our love to Guru, we want to do what they desire, what they want, in a pleasing way.
Maharaj,
Yes.
so when we serve, we should serve without expectations of receiving. We shouldn't serve because we want to receive. We should serve from the heart.
Yes.
And then we'll be very surprised by what comes from it.
Yes. They'll be very surprised. They'll be very pleased.
Yeah.
And not a business transaction.
Right, right.
I'll do so much for you, then you do so much for me. Oh,
Exactly. Yep.
very nice. All right. Thank you very much, my dear friends. You're all like my family members. Let's have you on this New Year's Eve, the day before New Year's Eve. So I just want to wish you all a good, happy and healthy and blessed New Year. My Dandavad to you all.
Dhanyavad Maharaj, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yay!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody!